All right, lads, today we're going to work on one of my favorite shots off the tee box. It's called the flighted shot. I use it with a 3-wood and a driver, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. The reason why I learnt this shot was I was at the US Open at Pebble Beach, and I'm playing the 6th hole. And at the US Open, it's very difficult. Obviously, they narrow fairways in, the rough is thick, there's just trouble everywhere typically. And 6 at Pebble, it goes down a long way, 10 to 15 yards downhill. And I was just hitting these moon balls with 3 woods off the tee box. There's wind going everywhere because you're right on the ocean, and it's very difficult to hit. And Steve Williams, who was caddying for me at the time, turned to me and said, "What are you doing? Get it on the ground." And I am like, well, I'm just trying to hit the fairway. So, later that afternoon after the practice round, he explained to me that's kind of what him and Tiger used to work on, getting these fairway finders or these flighted shots, because in case you do feel uncomfortable in certain situations, you can kind of step back to it, get something low and running on the ground to be able to get it on the fairway, give yourself a chance of hitting the green. If I'm telling you a technique of how I do the flighted shots, we're going to narrow the stance. I'm not going to be standing there with a big wide stance having a nice stable base, because what that promotes is a nice big full swing. What we want to do is we want to bring some speed off that club speed. So we want a slower swing, right, to not only hit it lower but also create a little less spin. So once it hits the ground, it starts rolling. So we want less or a narrower base, because then you can't have a big full swing where you're swinging off balance. From there, we're also going to push our weight forward instead of being back here, because obviously if you're back on your right foot, you're going to promote hitting up. So what I envision is usually a wall going straight down my left shoulder, my left body, my left leg. And it's almost like I'm trying to nudge into that wall so that I can start to feel a little bit more pressure through my quad, kind of feeling a little bit more left-sided. And then once I get in, I want to make sure that I grip down on the club a little bit more. And from there, we're going to get left, have a little bit more narrow stance, grip down, and as we take the club back, because we're swinging it shorter, we want to make sure that this all turns together and that you feel like this right side of your body or the center line of your body gets more forward of the ball, so that way you're covering the shot a little bit more, and then that's going to promote that low shot that you're going to see. A really quick way of learning this, because you are taking a lot of speed off the shot, you're not going to be hitting a full shot. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go to the range, go through all those technical aspects that I was just talking about, and then I want you to get in there, narrow stance, feeling more left-sided, grip down. When we turn, we want to make sure we stay on the left side. As coming through, we're going to cover the ball a little bit more. But what we're going to do is we're only going to try and hit it 100 yards. And we're going to try and hit it low. And we're going to hit full swing 100 yards. So it's going to be very soft swings. So we're going to go in there. And we're just gonna, that's about 100 yards. We're just gonna hit these low shots, and we're gonna keep doing it over and over and over and over again to ramp that up.
99 carry.
No, 100 yards, 99 carry, so that's good. So 99 carry, we got 2,000 spin on it, all right? We got 6 foot 2 inches of height or apex on that flight. Obviously, as we go along and hit it more and more further, the height will come up gradually, but we want to make sure that we keep this thing down, because if you're playing British Open, something that I used a lot at Royal Liverpool, every bunker it seemed was at 280, and I would hit this 3-wood and it would fly about 230 yards in the air, go really low, and then run all the way to about 275. So I was short of those bunkers all day long, and I was only in one that week, and that was because I hit a driver. But I finished second that week, and I utilized this shot a lot. So we're going to just slowly ramp this up now. So we're going to try and hit it a little bit harder. Which is nice. That should be about 110 to 120, somewhere in that region. 126, so 126 carry, which is great. We got 8 foot 2 inches of height, 1800 spin, and very nice straight ball flight. So like I said before, for people that haven't used this technique a lot, you're gonna have to probably sit there for a day or two and just hit like some nice 3-woods, try and go 100 yards, 120, 140, 100, and work your way up. You don't want this shot to go 270 yards in the air and roll, because you physically won't be able to do it. I typically try and get it around 220 to 240, get something low, get something running when we have really firm conditions. And when you're covering it a lot better and you're hitting it straight, you're going to hit more fairways that way. So we're going to ramp it up again. So once again, narrow stance, lean left. We want to make sure that we stay left and then just cover it, grip down on the club.
Good shot.
So starting to ramp it up now. That carried 195. Spun at 2400, 2396, the spin rate, and then the apex was 19 feet in the air. So once I start, and that rolled out to what, 220? So we had, in these conditions, 95 to what, 25 yards?
25 yards of roll.
Of roll. Now, when you're playing firm conditions like a British Open, and you hit a shot like that, potentially that could be another 60 to 100 yards of run, depending on how firm it is.
100%.
So do you add any shaft lean with this shot?
I personally don't, but you can, and it also depends on how you set your body up. So if I was kind of more neutral, then you can potentially get more shaft lean with it, which means that you're turning those wrists down and getting the shaft to kind of push forward. The only problem that I have with that is some people confuse shaft lean two different ways. They either go, oh, okay, I do it the correct way, and then they lean the club nice and forward, they have the face turned down, or they go and drag the handle. And once you drag the handle, the club face is typically open. You're going to hit a lot of right balls, then you're going to go, okay, I don't want to hit right ball. You start pulling across it, you start getting a lot of toes, and then you get that quick duck hook left. So for me, I make sure that I get the setup correct. Like I said before, narrow stance, we want to make sure that we're on the left side because we want to promote that driving of the golf ball low. And from there, I don't really try and change anything other than I'm already left side. I stay left-sided and I just cover, and then I don't have to lean the club as much. So
Nice.
once again, we'll ramp it up. I'll try and hit it about 230 yards. That might have gone just short of that, but that's nice. Yeah, 213 yards. So we're slowly ramping it up, but it's a very straight shot. As you guys would probably see, the traces are going very straight, which is nice. So that went about 213 yards carry, 240 yards total, 2400 spin, and 26 foot of apex. So when you're in trouble and you need something to get on the fairway, what do you usually do? You don't stand up there typically and go, I want to bomb it as far as I can. Some people do, and it works. But what you want to do is you want to get it on the ground really, really quick, and you get that thing running up the fairway. And if you can get something covering correctly and you get something running up the fairway, there's less chance, if it starts to run off the fairway, there's less chance of it going into the trees, into a hazard, just because at some point it's going to hit the rough, and that's going to slow down. If you were to land it way up there, there's more chance of it bouncing into the other stuff. When there's more obstacles for it to go through, like fairway and rough and sand and all that stuff, less opportunity for it to go into some trouble. One thing that we have to be cautious of when you're trying to learn this shot is making sure that the arms and the body all kind of rotate, I guess you would say, very similar to one another. You don't want something where you're ripping it and the arms lagging behind, because obviously that's going to create more speed and power. But with this shot, you want to feel like the arms and the body are kind of turning as one, so that way you have better control of not only the bottom of your arc, so coming into the ball, but also more club face and stability control going through impact, because if you're going up to the top and then you start to rip, the arms are delayed, it's really hard to time, especially when you're trying to hit a very specialty shot like this, where you're taking a lot of speed off the full swing shot. So typically on my 3-wood, I hit it about 275 yards at about 110 to 120 yards of apex. And you know, obviously the last few shots that I've hit, 213 yards, rolling out to 240 with 26 feet of apex. That's a specialty shot. So we want to make sure once we get all the technical aspects right, that we're going in here and we're just trying to make sure that the arms and body rotate as one through the impact zone. So ramp it up again. That was nice. That was lovely. Perfect. That was good. 243 yards. Now this is probably the shot that I'll actually hit typically in tournament golf when I need to get something on the fairway. 243 yards, 2400 spin rate, 47 feet in the air. That is a very, very nice flighted shot. Something that's going to stay out of the wind, something that's going to get on the ground and make sure it runs, especially in dry conditions. You'll use that a lot in this case. So total was 268 yards in conditions like this. So right now we're going to bring Brucey in. Coming in, Brucey. We're going to bring Brucey in. We're going to try and teach him the shot. So we're going to start out slow, and Brucey doesn't utilize this shot at all.
I need it.
He needs it. We got a tee there for you, Brucey. So you were just sitting there listening.
Yep.
So we're going to start out and try and time something and go 100 yards.
Okay.
Okay. Narrower stance.
Yep.
We want to feel like there's a wall going down, so we want more weight left.
Yep.
And from there we want to grip down.
Grip down, love
Yep.
that.
And then from there we're just going to time it.
So stand a little closer.
You can stand a little
With
bit
the
closer
grip.
because you're gripping down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and weight there.
Right there, and then we're
ball
just.
position.
That's perfect there. As long as you can feel like you can cover it,
Yep.
it doesn't really matter. You can put the ball position
you
back
got weight.
further if you want, or you can put up further back or further is fine.
Yep. And distance on this first one, you want that
We just want to try and cover the water there. So we want to do full swing, cover the water, and make sure we control it, because it's important to be able to control the
short one.
the soft swings first, and then it's easy to control speed after that. So.
Okay. So as a feel, 120 yards.
Yep.
Weight left.
Yep.
Grip down.
There you go. So just keep hitting them.
Yep.
And
What was
I'm
the
gonna-
distance?
So that was 110 yards, 11 feet of apex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great. So just ramp it up a little bit more. So start to kind of cover it a little bit more. And so if you could carry this like 150 yards.
Okay.
Yep. Do you feel like you're trying to do anything else other than like just having a?
No, I think you set it right with the setup.
Yeah.
Get the setup right. Get on the left side, then you don't have to do anything with the swing.
Yeah. And then you're just timing it with your body and your arms going together.
And the turn feel.
Yeah.
Or just
So that is one thing that happens, Talon, is that when you first try and do this shot, is that it'll feel out of sync and out of time. And these are the shots that we want to do in practice, because once we learn to be able to time everything together, then that's when you'll start to hit better shots on the driving range, and then you'll be able to take it out. So right now he's just trying to work out the timing of having a full swing that's going super slow.
yeah. So I'll try that 150 again.
Yep. What do you need to do? Feel like you need to do that?
That was like in between. I felt like the shorter one was a little easier, but I think get the timing better with my body. Body. Yeah, I'm going to use body.
There you go. That was lovely.
Wow, she's running.
154 yards of carry, which is
Wow.
fantastic. 1900 spin, 16 feet of apex. So we're going to ramp that up and try and get it somewhere in 200 yard range. Typically, if I was teaching this and we had a lot more time, we're obviously trying to cram this in, I would go, okay, we're going to hit it at 100 yards, and we're going to hit 10 balls at 100 yards. Then we go to 150 yards and we hit 10 balls there, and we go to 200 yards and try and hit 10 balls there. And we just go back and forth, and we go back down to 100 yards, go 150, 200, then we keep going back and forth just to make sure that you can get the timing of a 100-yard swing to a 200-yard swing back to a 150. So you're always throwing it around so that when you're going out there and you're playing competitive golf, that you go, oh, okay, I need to get this on the fairway, but I don't want to go past 260. Or, okay, or I need to get this on the fairway, but I don't want to go past 240. So you have those swings and you know what those swings feel like. All right, Brucey, 200 yards.
The body feel really helped me there.
So rotate, more rotation?
Keep rotating the body.
Yep.
200.
That's really nice. Probably didn't get quite to 200.
Probably a little... It was low.
So no, it didn't get quite to 200. 195.7. So 2,700 spin and 21 feet of apex. Now, when we talk about 21 feet, like that is not very much at all. Like, I mean, that's
yards.
very low. That's definitely going to stay out of the wind, and it's going to run. So
What was my total there?
220. So you had 25 yards of bounce.
And I think that's running more than that. That's just what TrackMan predicted. But
yeah, that's just like an algorithm that TrackMan will have, is just based off like that type of shot. That's kind of what they think it would, how far it would roll. If you are, like I said before, if you're in dry conditions, like a British Open style, like golf course, that thing could run 50 to 100 yards, depending.
Yards, yeah.
So let's just ramp that up. Let's go try and go 220 to 240. So like it's pretty dang full.
Yeah.
But you're trying to make sure you keep it low. Work on the technical aspects that we talked about.
Yep.
And make sure you get the rotation with the hands through.
Yep.
Oh, Bruce, that is lovely there.
I needed that in my match against Bat.
Oh, it did. It was like 230, but it didn't get it. It like showed the number, but can we hit it again?
Yeah.
Dude, this shot, I
So
can't wait to work on this.
What did it get?
I cannot
230?
wait to work on this.
So what did it get?
How
Jay?
good.
This is great information.
Rika
So
that needs it for sure.
So they went 230.
That went 230. Oh, Bruce, that is lovely there. I mean, that wind is straight back into us. 220 yards of carry, 2,700 spin, and 29 feet of apex.
So good.
I know that he can hit that a little bit harder, but the good thing is what you guys need to understand is that when you're feeling under the pump, when you're feeling just a little bit uncomfortable and you're like, I just don't feel like I can get driver on the fairway, this is a shot that you can fall back on. Tiger did it great, and that's where I learned it from Steve Williams, who caddied for Tiger for many, many years, won a lot of majors, won a lot of championships with him. And this is something that you can utilize when you're feeling uncomfortable and you need to find a fairway, is this type of shot. All right, one more, Brucey. Give it a little bit more pepper.
Okay.
Okay?
And same height. What was the height on that one? Does that come out?
29 feet.
Oh, that's money.
29
Okay,
feet.
so
make sure, like, the biggest thing for you is just making sure you time the body and the arm.
Yep.
You've got the technical stuff right, just match it.
Oh,
Okay, so that one went a little bit left. This is perfect because we don't want to hit it perfect every single time. We got to suck a little bit before we get better.
yard in the rough though.
Yeah, which is great, and that's a perfect
Miss.
example of a miss. Like if you can hit something where you hit a bad shot but it's going in the rough, it's better to just be in the rough than in the trees left or in the hazard right or whatever it is. So okay, give it a little bit more. What do you need to do? What do you need to do there?
I just missed hit that one.
Okay.
Which was a good result, just 1 yard off the fairway.
Yeah. That is so nice. That's like shaking his head behind the camera. Okay.
I'm not getting the carry because I'm
Yeah, you're not getting the carry because you're getting it so low.
going to get it.
Yeah.
nice
So
and low.
okay, so that went 213 yards. Let's not try and hit it as low.
Less
Wait
weight
you
on
had
the left.
28 feet. Yeah. Okay.
I need to get to 45 feet.
So
Shots are so pure.
yeah, they're pure.
Less weight on the left.
You can either do it two ways. You can tell he can
gonna
either
do
do
it
it two ways. You can either push the ball position, have the same weight, have the same setup, but put the ball position up a little bit further, or you take less weight off the left-hand side and you stand a little bit more neutral and that way you can elevate the flight a little bit more. So whatever you feel comfortable with. What do you-
I think I'm going to do a ball position. And it's set before I hit.
Oh, Brucey.
I'd take that.
I think everyone would take that.
What's the numbers?
242 yards, 2,600 spin,
Height?
51 feet in the
Yeah,
air, which
that's
is
amazing.
perfect.
Yes.
So we did a little adjustment. He was hitting it a little bit too low, straight but low. You changed the ball position, so you pushed it up a little bit more in your stance.
just half an inch.
Yep.
Probably to
And
an inch.
Yeah, and that elevated enough to go from 28 feet in the air to 50 feet in the air. So pretty much almost doubled it. But that way he can get a little bit more distance under it, get it out there 240 yards where he can get something still running, but it's getting on the ground pretty quick. So I mean, this is a perfect flighted 3-wood shot off the tee box.
270 total.
Yeah,
That's nice.
270.
So,
It's
yeah.
great. It's mint. 270 total. If you can hit something like that, that's essentially what I do when I'm not feeling comfortable or I need to get something on the fairway. I just bunt something down there. 240 runs to 270. It's great.
How can that elevate the viewer's game on a tight hole when they can't hit driver and they can fall back on something that's
Yeah.
comfortable?
So I think the misconception that a lot of people fall into or read into is that it's better to get driver all the way down there somewhere closer. In some instances, yes. But if you get to a hole that you just know you've struggled in the past, and getting it on the fairway is much more important than, let's say for instance, you've struggled with a hole that has hazard left. All of a sudden you keep hitting it in there and then you blow one right. Getting it on the fairway, give yourself an opportunity, even though it is a longer shot into the green, that may get you enough to the point where you're making par, you're getting through the actual hole, something that could potentially cause your round to stop momentum or stop moving forward. It's important to get that shot on the fairway.
100%. I like that. I think that's worked well for me in 5 balls.
dude,
So I missed. Oh, thanks for that. That was gnarly. So I think I missed
Dude, that's wild.
1 to 2 fairways
Yeah, he
out of all those,
yeah.
but one of them was my second shot with it, and all the others were absolutely money straight down the middle. And one that I hit on the toe just missed the fairway by a yard.
That's what we want you to do, is we want you to be able to fall back on a shot that you can go to a hole where you feel uncomfortable, and you have in the past, where you have a set specific type of technique that we can give you to be able to control a shot out there, get yourself on the fairway, get through the hole that you need to get through, and keep that round going forward. If you have watched this video and utilized the techniques and gone out and taken it to a round of golf and it has helped your game, drop a comment. Please let us know how that helped you, and let us know how it goes, because we would love to hear your feedback. I know it works for me. It's worked for me at a very, very high level. I know it's going to work for you guys. It's just going to take a little bit of practice, but I believe that you guys can handle this too.